The Donald Trump indictment has been unsealed. We have the full 49 pages. You see it comes out of the Southern District of Florida. It involves the United States of America versus Donald Trump. And look who else is on this. Waltine Nauta. We know who this is. This is Donald Trump's valet. Now we've got a number of different charges. Many of them we expected. This is coming out on June 8th, filed in the court. It is being assigned to Judge Eileen Cannon and Bruce Reinhardt. This is the indictment. They say that at the time material to this indictment, these dates and times are approximate. They write an introduction. Trump was the 45th president of the United States, holding office from January 20th, 2017 until 2021. As president, Trump had lawful access to the most sensitive classified documents and national defense information gathered and owned by the U.S. government, including information from the agencies that create the Department of Defense and the intelligence agencies. Now, over the course of his presidency, they say Trump gathered newspapers, press clippings, letters, note cards, photographs, official documents, and other materials in the cardboard boxes that he kept in the White House. Among the materials Trump stored in the boxes were hundreds of classified documents, allegedly classified, according to them. The classified documents Trump stored in his boxes included information regarding the defense and weapons capabilities of both the United States and foreign countries, U.S. nuclear programs, vulnerabilities of the U.S. and its allies, plans for retaliation in response to a foreign attack. Unauthorized disclosure of these documents could put at risk the national security of the United States, foreign relations, safety of the military, human sources, and continued viability of sensitive intelligence collection methods. We'll see. Now, at 12 p.m. on January 20th, Trump ceased to be president. As he departed the White House, Trump caused scores of boxes, many of which contained classified documents, to be transported back to Mar-a-Lago, where he maintained his residence. Trump was not authorized to possess or retain those classified documents, again, according to them. Authorized by whom? By Deborah Steidel-Wall? He didn't fill out the form appropriately? He's the president when he made those orders. Mar-a-Lago was an active social club, which between 2021 and 2022 hosted events for tens of thousands of people. After Trump's presidency, Mar-a-Lago was not an authorized location for storage, possession, review of the documents. But Trump stored his boxes in various locations at the club, including a ballroom, a bathroom, a shower, an office space, a bedroom, and a storage room. On 2 occasions, Trump showed classified documents to others in 2021 after he left the office. Here's what we've got. In July 2021, at the National Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, during an audio recorded meeting with a writer, a publisher, and 2 members of his staff, none of whom possessed security clearances, Trump showed and described, quote, a plan of attack that Trump said was prepared for him by the DOD and a senior military official. He told the individuals that the plan was, quote, highly confidential and secret. That's the transcript we played in prior segments. Trump also said, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is still a secret. And my explanation of this is that the document's legal status was technically declassified so that Trump wasn't breaking the law. But when he's there talking about a book, he's saying, I really can't give it to you. I can tell you this, but I really can't give you the document. I should have declassified it. In other words, I should have gone through the formal declassification process by which I can share this publicly. But now I cannot do that. Doesn't mean that I'm in illegal possession of this document. I haven't committed a crime here. In August or September 2021, the Bedminster Club, Trump showed a representative of his PAC, who also did not possess security clearance, a classified map relating to a military operation and told him that he should not be showing it to the representative and the representative should not get too close. The Federal Bureau of Investigation opened a criminal investigation into the unlawful retention in March 2022. Federal grand jury investigation began the next month. Grand jury issued a subpoena requiring Trump to turn over all the documents with the markings of classification. Trump endeavored to obstruct the FBI and the grand jury investigations and conceal his continued retention of the documents by, among other things, doing the following. He suggested that his attorney falsely represent to the FBI and the grand jury that Trump did not have documents called for. They also say that Trump directed Waltine Nauta, the valet personal assistant, to actually move the boxes of documents and to conceal them from Trump's lawyer, the FBI, and the grand jury. So Trump says, well, just, hey, Walt, just go take those and put those at the bottom of the closet. Nobody will know they're there. Suggesting that his attorney hide and destroy the documents called for by the grand jury subpoena, also providing to the FBI and grand jury just some of the documents called for by the subpoena while claiming he was cooperating fully, also causing a certification to be submitted, falsely representing that all documents called for by the grand jury had been produced, while knowing that in fact not all the documents had been produced. As a result of Trump's retention of the documents, hundreds of classified documents were not recovered by the United States government until 2022. Wow, just delayed. On January 17th, nearly 1 year after Trump left office, after the demands by the National Archives, Trump provided only 15 boxes and 197 documents. In response to demanding more, Trump's attorney gave 38 more. Then on August 8th, they raided his house and they got 102 more documents with classification markings. They tell us about Trump's co-conspirator. So this monster, defendant Nauda, was a member of the United States Navy, stationed as a valet in the White House during the Trump presidency. He became an executive assistant of Trump and his body man. They worked closely together and traveled together. The Mar-a-Lago Club was located in Florida, Trump's residence, 25 guest rooms, staffed by 150 full-time and temporary employees. They hosted many events, 150 of them, and Secret Service was there as well. But Secret Service was not responsible for the protection of the boxes. Trump did not inform them that he was storing the boxes there. Now, they tell us a little bit more about classified information, and so we'll go through this quickly. But they say national security information is under control of the government. They've got different levels of this. Top secret, secret, confidential. Top secret, that would cause exceptionally grave damage. Secret, if it would cause serious damage. Confidential, if it could be causing damage. So damage, serious damage, and exceptionally grave damage are the different thresholds. No foreign means no foreign nationals can read it. Classified materials reviewed in sensitive compartmentalized facilities. The U.S. has established special access programs. There are executive orders that establish the rules. They say after his presidency, Trump was not authorized to possess or retain classified documents, right? He says that they were not classified. Executive order provided that a former president could obtain a waiver, but Trump didn't obtain a waiver. More about this, they tell us, as part of his duties, Trump received intelligence briefings from high-level government officials, CIA, Joint Chiefs. The president got a daily brief. The intelligence community, their mission is to give us intelligence, but it turns out they give us mostly disinformation, like the Hunter Biden laptop. After his presidency, Trump retained classified documents that came from the intelligence community, including documents that came from the CIA. The CIA is responsible for creating Hunter Biden laptop fake letters. The DOD, responsible for providing military forces in the time of war. The NSA, he got documents from them. They help protect against information problems in intelligence. Documents from the Geospatial Intelligence Agency, the NRO, they do space-based surveillance. The State Bureau of Intelligence and Research, okay. Informing diplomacy. Look at all of these bureaucracies. Oh, gosh. Now, here's what Trump said publicly. He said in August of 2016, oh my gosh, this is being written like a New York Times article now. So they're going back through his prior statements on classification. In my administration, I'm going to enforce all the laws about classified. No one is above the law. September 6th. He says, we also need to fight this battle by collecting our intelligence. We can't have someone in the Oval Office who doesn't understand the meaning of confidential or classified, right? Many of these statements are going to be about Hillary, I'm sure. One of the first things we need to do is to enforce all classification rules and enforce all laws related to classified information. These are all Hillary comments, right? He's talking about Hillary. But guess who hasn't been indicted? Hillary. Trump stated, we also need the best protection of classified information, and we got to protect our country. He made another statement as president, July 26. We have to protect information, right? But then after the presidency, we get some photographs that are grayed out. In January 2021, as he was preparing to leave the White House, Trump and his White House staff, including Nauda, packed items, including some of Trump's boxes. Trump was personally involved in the process. And so Trump caused his boxes containing hundreds of classified documents to be transported from the White House to the Mar-a-Lago Club. From January 26th through March 15th, some of Trump's boxes were stored in the ballroom. Events took place there. Trump's boxes were, for a time, stacked on the stage, as depicted in the photograph, redacted to obscure an individual's identity. So Trump moves, all the boxes land there in the room. March, Nauda and others moved the boxes from the ballroom to the business center. On April 5th, an employee there texted another employee to ask whether the boxes could be moved out of the business center to make room for staff. So Trump employee 2 replied, whoa, okay, so POTUS specifically asked Walt for those boxes to be in the business center because they are his papers. Later that day, Trump employee 1 and Trump employee 2 exchanged the following text messages. Trump employee 2 says, yeah, we can definitely make it work if we move his papers into the lake room. Other employee says, well, there is still a little room in the shower where his other stuff is. Is it only his papers he cares about? There's some other stuff in there that are not papers. Could that go to storage? Or does he want everything in there on the property? Yeah, anything that's not beautiful mined paper boxes can definitely go to storage. Beautiful mined paper boxes. Want to take a look at the space and start moving tomorrow morning? They say, yeah. After the text exchange between the employees, some of Trump's boxes were in fact moved to the center to the bathroom as depicted in the photograph below. In May, Trump directed that a storage room on the ground floor of Mar-a-Lago be cleaned out, store his boxes there. The hallway leading to a storage room could be reached from multiple outside entrances, including one accessible for the pool patio. The storage room was near the liquor supply, linen room, lock shop, and various other rooms. Trump's boxes were in the lake room, moved to the storage room. After the move, there were more than 80 boxes in the storage room as depicted in the image below. Right, he's moving. Yeah, a lot of moving boxes. In December 2021, Nauta found several Trump boxes fallen, their contents spilled onto the floor, including a document marked secret, rel to USA FV, which denoted information that was releasable only to the Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, UK, US. So Nauta texted an employee. He said, hey, employee number 2, you knuckleheads, you're supposed to be moving these things. What are you doing? So then he says, I opened the door and found this. Nauta also attached 2 photographs he took of the spill. Trump employee 2 says, oh no, I'm sorry, POTUS had my phone. One of the photographs Nauta texted to Trump is depicted below, with visible classified information alleged redacted. Trump's lawful retention of this document is charged in count 8. In May 2021, Trump caused some of his boxes to be brought to his summer residence. Like Mar-a-Lago, after Trump's presidency, not authorized for storage. Trump gave an interview to somebody there, writer and publisher. 2 members of Trump's staff were also there. This was recorded with Trump's knowledge and consent. Before the interview, the media had published reports that at the end of Trump's term, a senior military official purportedly feared that Trump might order an attack on Country A. And senior military official advised Trump against doing so, they say. So we have more of the transcript. Upon greeting the writer, the publisher, and his 2 staff members, Trump stated, look what I found. This was the senior military official's plan of attack, probably Milley. He says, read it and just show it, it's interesting. Later in the interview, Trump engaged in the following exchange. Trump says, well, with Milley, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran, right? Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look, this was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. Writer says, wow. He says, we looked at some. He says, yeah, this was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. Pages long. Look at this. Wait a minute. Let's see here. Yeah. I just found it. Isn't this amazing? This totally wins my case, except it's like highly confidential. He says, yeah. He says, secret. This is secret information. He says, look at this. You attack and they break it out. By the way, isn't that incredible? Yeah. I was just thinking, we were talking about it and, he said he wanted to attack Iran and what? He says, you did. This was done by the military and given to me. He says, I think we can probably, right? I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to what? Declassify it? Figure out yeah. He says, see, as president, I could have declassified it. He says, yeah, laughter. Now I can't, but this is still a secret. Yeah. Staffer says, yeah, now we have a problem. He says, isn't that interesting? At the time of the exchange, the writer, the publisher, and Trump's 2 staff members did not have security clearances or need to know any classified information about a plan of attack. And so you see where this is going. They're trying to say that Trump knows that this document is still classified. I should have declassified it. So the story goes that somebody was saying Trump wanted to attack Iran on his way out, and Milley said no. Trump says that's not the case at all. They drafted up an attack plan to go attack Iran, and then they showed it to me. So this journalist is asking him about it. People were saying you wanted to attack Iran. He says, no, they gave me this document. So he's basically using this document to defend himself. But this exchange doesn't sound good, right? I mean, this exchange here. See, as president, I could have declassified it, implying that he didn't declassify it, which I think what I would defend him as I would say he was intending to publish it. There were other formal declassification things that he declassified, and it caused a formal disclosure at the behest of the U.S. government. Now, he didn't do that here, but that doesn't mean, in my opinion, or my defense position, would be that the document was actually still classified. It had been declassified as a status by virtue of the fact that it got moved. But still, you can see why, this is a problematic exchange because of just that phrase. And they're going to take the whole thing out of context. And they've already done that. We've already added in some additional context that we're filling in the gap on. Now, in August, when he was no longer president, Trump met at his office with another member of the PAC. During the meeting, Trump commented that an ongoing military operation was not going well, Country B. Trump showed the PAC representative a classified map of Country B and said he should not be showing the map to the representative. And he said, don't get too close to this. The PAC representative did not have a security clearance or any need to know classified information about the military operation. February 16th, 4 years before Trump's disclosures, Trump said at a press conference, people should be ashamed of themselves for this stuff. Beginning in May 2021, the National Archives and the administration, which was responsible for archiving the records, repeatedly demanded Trump turn over the presidential records. On multiple occasions, NARA warned Trump if he didn't, we're sending it over to the DOJ. This is the head librarian, Deborah Steidel-Wall. Between November 2021 and 2022, NAUDA, Trump employee 2, brought boxes to Trump to review. They provided photographs of his boxes in the storage room, and other employees provided Trump so that Trump could see the boxes. He said, hey, this is what's on the storage room. NAUDA texted another Trump employee saying he mentioned a picture about the boxes. They said, I'll call you shortly. Another Trump employee texted NAUDA about Trump reviewing the boxes. He said, has he mentioned the boxes to you? I delivered some to you, but I think he needs more. Do you think he'd like more in Pine Hall? That was an entry into Trump's residence. NAUDA replied 3 successive text messages. He said, Trump said nothing about the boxes yet. He has one he's working on in Pine Hall. He knocked out 2 boxes yesterday. Trump employee 2 texted NAUDA. Next you are on property. Could you help me bring 4 more boxes up? NAUDA said, yes, of course. Happy to help you bring the boxes up. Trump employee 2 texted Trump, says the box answer will be wrenched out of him today, I promise. Hey, just checking on the boxes. Would love to have a number to them today. Employee 2 spoke to Trump, responded a few hours later. 12 is his number. So now they're tracking boxes. He's tracking boxes, more to follow today. Trump employee said thank you. NAUDA sends a message to another employee. Hey, one more thing. Was for a new cover for the boxes for Monday right now, Monday morning. Can we get new box covers before giving them on Monday? There's too much writing on them. I marked too much on them. He says, yes, I'll get that. So the employees and NAUDA, they gathered 15 boxes, took them to a commercial truck for delivery to NARA. When interviewed in May regarding the movement, NAUDA made false and misleading statements. That's why they charged him. This is why it's a big problem to talk to the cops or the FBI. Falsely stating that he was not aware of Trump's boxes being moved. Falsely stating he did not know how many boxes that Trump had. When asked about whether he knew where Trump boxes had been stored, he said, I wish I could tell you, but I just don't know. They say, you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar. When the 15 boxes that Trump provided contained classified documents, the FBI went bananas. They referred this over to the DOJ for investigation. So then we get the actual investigation. We got the criminal investigation. A grand jury gets opened up. They say Trump now tries to conceal the boxes. On May 22nd, NAUDA entered the storage room and left 30 minutes later carrying a box. Trump met with an attorney and another attorney to discuss the subpoena. Trump and his lawyers told Trump they need to search for documents in order to comply with the subpoena. Trump, in sum and substance, made the following statements as memorialized by Trump Attorney 1. This is going to be Evan Corcoran. Trump says, I don't want anybody looking. I don't want anybody looking through my boxes. I really don't. I don't want you looking through my boxes. Well, what happens if we just don't respond at all or don't play ball with them? Trump asks. All fine. You're allowed to ask that. Wouldn't it be better if we just told him we don't have anything here? He can ask that too. Well, look, isn't it better if there are no documents? All questions. You're allowed to ask your attorney a question like that. But they breached attorney-client privilege and they extracted these questions and they're using it against Trump. This is so corrupt. While meeting with Trump Attorney 1 and number 2, attorney said the following, as memorialized by Evan Corcoran. He was great. He did a great job. You know what? He said that to him, that it was him. That he was the one who deleted all of her emails, the 30,000 emails, because they basically dealt with her scheduling and her going to the gym and her having beauty appointments. And he was great. And so he didn't get them in any trouble because he said he was the one who deleted them. In May, Trump also confirmed his understanding with his lawyer that they would search the residence. They made it clear they would look for the residence and respond with boxes. Trump delayed his departure because he wanted to be a part of some of the review. Trump's lawyers also discussed the subpoena. Nauta removed, at Trump's directions, a total of 64 boxes from the storage room. On May 24th, he removed 3 boxes. On May 30th, Trump and Nauta spoke by phone for 30 seconds. A Trump family member texted happy birthday. Good afternoon, Walt. Happy Memorial Day. I saw you put boxes to POTUS's room. I'll tell him. Not sure how many he wants to take on Friday plane. We will not have room from them, okay? Plane will be full with luggage. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. I think he wanted to pick from them. I don't imagine him wanting to take them. He told me to put them in the room and he was going to talk to you about them. Nauta removed 11 boxes. Trump spoke with Attorney 1 by phone and asked whether Corcoran was coming to the club and what for, to review the boxes. Trump lawyer was scheduled. They talked on the phone for 24 seconds. Later, they moved 30 boxes. Trump's Attorney 1 moved 64 boxes, and neither Trump nor Nauta told the attorney about that, right? So the attorney who's supposed to be doing the review is now not aware that some boxes that should be a part of the review are outside the scope of the review. They're saying that this is why they're hiding the boxes from the lawyers. On the afternoon of June 2nd, as Trump has been informed, Trump arrived at the Mar-a-Lago club to review the boxes and to look for documents. Trump met with Trump attorney, and Nauta escorted the attorney. Attorneys located 31 documents. They used clear duct tape to seal the materials. After Attorney 1 confirmed the finish of the storage room search, Trump asked, "Did you find anything? Is it bad? Is it good?" They discussed what to do with the folder that had classification markings. Trump made a plucking motion. Trump Attorney 1, Evan Corcoran, I'm guessing. That evening, Trump Attorney 1 contacted the DOJ, requested the FBI come so he could turn over the documents. Trump Attorney 1 contacted another Trump attorney, asked her if she would come to act as a custodian of records. The next day, on June 3rd, at Trump Attorney 1's request, they signed a certification. They said, "We've conducted a diligent search. We got it after the subpoena. All documents accompany the certification. We did our search. We found everything. You've got it." But they say, nope, those statements were false. Trump told Nauta to move boxes, so many boxes were not searched. So the subpoena could not be responsive, and Trump caused this falsification. Shortly thereafter, Trump Attorney 3 executed the false certification, and earlier in the same day, Nauta had already loaded several Trump boxes onto the aircraft. So then the court authorized the search. During the execution of the search warrant, they seized 102 classified documents. In Trump's office, we had 27, 6 of which were top secret, 18 secret, 3 confidential. More documents in the storage room. We've got now the charges. Counts 1 to 31. Whew, that's a lot of counts. Willful retention of defense information. They say on or about the dates alleged below, Trump, having unauthorized possession of and control over the documents, willfully retained them, failed to deliver them back to the United States. Here are the materials. Count 1. This one is a document about a White House intelligence briefing related to various foreign countries from 2018. Ancient. This one from 2018, another briefing, foreign countries, another count. Count 3, military capabilities of a foreign country with handwritten annotation in black marker. Count 4, intelligence briefing, foreign countries, 2019. Count 5, nuclear capabilities of a foreign country, June 2020. Count 6, White House intelligence briefing, communications with a leader of a foreign country, January 20th, 2021. Probably a letter that he wanted to hang on to. Secret, no foreign. Document dated 2019. This is count 8. Military capabilities. Undated document concerning military attacks by a foreign country in count 9. 10, we have a 2017 document, foreign country, no markings on 11. This is military contingency planning. Undated document about regional military capabilities in count 10. 13, foreign country details. 14, military operations of some foreign country, policies as well in 15. 16 has terrorist attacks, foreign countries, military operations. We've got nuclear weaponry, timeline and details of an attack in a foreign country, undated concerns about military capabilities, August 2019, military activity of a foreign country. Handwritten annotation in a black marker here. More military activity. A lot of this stuff is really much of the same as we get to count 31. Now, count 32 is going to be the obstruction charge, saying that Trump and Nauda interfered with the investigation, saying that these two were involved in a conspiracy as well, suggesting that Trump Attorney 1 falsely represented to the FBI based on Trump and Nauda moving, and they made misleading statements to the FBI. They also withheld documents, they say, to conceal the documents from a federal grand jury. In count 34, concealing a document, saying that they actually hid Trump's boxes from their own lawyer, right? So that was concealment. Concealing a document in a federal investigation, saying Trump and Nauda did conceal the following. Count 36, they had a scheme to do all of this. Count 37, making false statements and false representations. And they also say at the end here, count 38, false statements. Specifically, Waltin Nauda, they asked him a question. Are you aware of any boxes being brought to his home, his suite? He said no. Boom. They say that's a lie. All right. So to the best of your knowledge, you're saying those boxes that you brought onto the truck, first time you ever laid eyes on them was when employee 2 asked you to? He says, correct. Lie. I wish I could tell you. I don't know. I honestly don't know. They say you're a liar. So all of this underscores the fact that these were false. They say Nauda had observed the boxes and moved them to various locations. All brought by, there he is, Jack Smith, special counsel, United States District Court for the Department of Justice, Donald Trump's indictment out of Florida. 49 pages. You can see this is the cover sheet, which was drafted by Jay Bratt. Now this goes over, you can see felony offenses not previously filed, going to the Southern District of Florida. And as part of the cover sheet, they also give us a penalty sheet. For counts 1 to 31 in the case against Donald Trump, we've got mandatory minimums that are not applicable for Trump, but our maximums are very high. Maximum time for counts 1 to 31, 10 years for all those counts. Count 32, 20 years. Conspiracy to obstruct justice. The willful retention, all of the documents acting as different counts. Withholding a record, 20 years. Concealing a document, another 20 years. Concealing a document from the FBI, 20 years on count 35. Count 36, 5 years on that one. False representations, another 5 years. Now, Walt has other charges. Count 32, he's got some penalties that he'll be facing as well. But this is the Donald Trump indictment out of the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida, will be handled by Judge Eileen Cannon, which was a very favorable judge for Trump. So we'll see where this goes. It is a very interesting indictment. There were some problematic texts, transcripts that we saw that were apparently from an audio recording that will be very curious to listen to. And I still think that this case is contingent upon the fact that they absolutely need to show that Donald Trump had no legal authority to be in possession of these documents, because that makes up the crux of their charges here. Every one of those documents that he was in possession for was a separate count. And they're acting on the premise as though the president doesn't have the ability to be in possession of those documents, or the former president doesn't have the ability to declassify them. And so Trump's team, of course, is going to be peeling this apart, and we will continue to cover it.